Welcome to our explainer. This week, something fundamental really shifted in the world of AI. Seriously, the whole conversation changed. It's not just about asking an AI for smarter answers anymore. Now, it's about getting things done. We're seeing this massive agentic leap in what AI can actually do for us.
All right, let's break this down because it's a huge deal. For the past few years, we've gotten used to AI as a kind of helper, right? That's the stuff in the left column. You ask a chatbot a question, it gives you an answer. But this week, well, the game completely changed. We are moving fast into that right column, agentic AI. This is AI as an executor. It's a professional that doesn't just answer you, it acts for you. It really is the difference between an assistant who can look up a recipe for you and a professional chef who can go out, buy the ingredients, and cook the entire meal.
So here's the plan for today. First, we're going to dig into that agentic leap. Then, we'll see how Hollywood is placing a massive billion-dollar bet on this very tech. After that, we're going to zoom out to the global AI chessboard, blast through a lightning round of other crazy innovations, and then wrap up by asking, who exactly is architecting our AI future? Okay, let's jump right in with our first section, AI's agentic leap. The biggest story this week is really all about a new kind of brain for AI. A much more powerful foundation for what it can actually get done in the real world. And that new brain? It's called GPT 5.2. This is what OpenAI just dropped. It's their newest frontier model. And get this, it is built from the ground up for professional work. We're talking about running AI agents that can handle complex, multi-step projects from the very beginning all the way to the end. And just look at what's packed inside this thing. We're talking brand new, state-of-the-art performance in stuff like coding and super complex reasoning. It's got way better vision and can understand huge amounts of context. But the real game changer here is something called sophisticated tool calling that basically lets it use other software programs to get jobs done. So what's the big takeaway? On a whole bunch of real-world knowledge tasks, it is already performing better than human experts. Now, to make sure this whole new world of AI agents doesn't just turn into a chaotic free-for-all, all the biggest names, we're talking OpenAI, Anthropic, Google, Microsoft, they've all teamed up. They're launching something called the Agentic AI Foundation. And the goal is pretty simple. Create open standards so that all these different agent systems can actually talk to each other and work together. You can think of it like creating a universal adapter for this whole new era of AI. So, we know this super capable AI is here, but the real question is, how's it going to be used? For our next section, let's look at a place where big money is colliding with the biggest intellectual property on the planet, Hollywood. $1 billion. Just let that number sink in for a second. That is a massive, massive bet on this new AI capability, and is coming from one of the absolute giants of entertainment, Disney. So here's how this incredible deal works. It's basically 3 steps. Disney is pumping $1 billion into OpenAI. In exchange, you, the user, will be able to prompt Sora, the video model, to create short little videos. And here's the magic part. Those videos can feature over 200 characters from Disney, Marvel, Pixar, and Star Wars. I mean, this is a huge moment. It's a signal that a major IP holder is finally leaning into integration instead of just litigation. All right, from the glitz of Hollywood, let's zoom way out to the international stage. Because this isn't just about movies and cartoons. This is a high-stakes global chess match involving policy, defense, and just unbelievable amounts of money.
And the scale of that money is just staggering. I mean, just look at these numbers. South Korea just announced a $102 billion fund for AI and chips. Tech giants are pouring $52 billion into India's AI and cloud infrastructure, and Microsoft, all by itself, is pledging 19 billion Canadian dollars for AI development up in Canada. The global race is absolutely on.
And right at the heart of this race is the incredibly complicated chip war between the US and China. It's a total tug-of-war. On one hand, you have the US cracking down, arresting people for smuggling GPUs to China. You have reports that Chinese companies like DeepSeek are using banned Nvidia chips. But then, on the other hand, in a huge policy reversal, the US is now letting Nvidia sell its super powerful H200 chips to China. It's this constant back and forth between restricting access and opening it up. This competition is also heating up in the world of defense. The latest U.S. defense bill is creating a new committee just to study the military uses of AGI. The U.S. War Department just launched GenAI.mil, a platform that uses Google's Gemini. And we're seeing this stuff on the actual battlefield, where Ukraine is now deploying drone swarms commanded by a single soldier. AI isn't just a priority, it's an explicit national security imperative.
Okay, so beyond the big governments and corporations, the entire AI ecosystem is just on fire with innovation. So let's do a quick lightning round and check out what else has been cooking this week.
First up, researchers at MIT came up with something called DisCIPL. It's basically a framework that lets a bunch of smaller, cheaper AI models work together as a team to solve really hard problems. This could be a huge step towards making advanced AI way more accessible for everyone.
Over in the world of hardware, check this out, the Index 01. It's a $75 smart ring that records and transcribes your voice notes using AI that's running right on the ring itself. It's totally offline. I mean, it's the perfect little example of a dedicated AI agent doing one job really well, right on your finger. And some serious money is flowing into what people are calling physical AI. This is all about getting agentic AI out of the computer and into robots in the real world. SoftBank and Nvidia are reportedly talking about a massive investment in a startup called Skild AI, which could value the company at nearly $14 billion.
And finally, Runway. You probably know them for their amazing creative video tools. They just introduced their first general world model. You can think of this as an attempt to build an AI that has a foundational understanding of physics, of how the world actually works. The implications for science and industry are just enormous.
So, wow. After a week like that, new models, billion-dollar deals, global competition, it really makes you step back and ask, who are the people actually building this future? And where is all of this headed?
Well, the rest of the world is definitely starting to pay attention. Time magazine just named the architects of AI as its Person of the Year for 2025. They're recognizing the leaders who are shaping not just the tech, but the really critical ethical conversations that have to go along with it.
And those architects, they have an unbelievably ambitious vision. Just listen to this quote from OpenAI's CEO, Sam Altman. He said, "I have a lot of optimism that in the next 10 years, we will get to build a superintelligence that is aligned and beneficial for the world. Within the next decade, that's the timeline they're working on."
And honestly, that really sums up this entire week. The agentic leap, the massive investments, the global strategy, it all points to one thing. The architects of AI are building faster than ever before. So the question isn't really if we're going to get to their destination of superintelligence anymore. The question is how.